You know exactly what I'm trying to say. Don't even pretend like you do not.
That's great.
I haven't checked your audio yet. Let's hope we're good.
Oh goodness.
Dang it. Come on. Lord, that was annoying. Alright. Well, there we go. I've shared it on threads. I'm tired of doing those other ones. Hi, I'm Serious Star.
Oh, good.
I'm sure you already knew that if you found this video. This is Will.
That's fair. That's fair. If they
And
found this, yeah.
yeah. Like, at this early point in time, like, you probably know my name's Serial Star. You know? Because you either found this on my YouTube channel or you found this as an old video on the Twitch. And since I only keep videos on Twitch for like a week, gonna make a ton of noise right quick. Don't mind me. Okay. Anyways. So we got a little tired of Monster Rancher for the moment. So we'll come back to it at another point. You know, but we decided we would play around with Pokemon, but we weren't gonna do it normal. And since neither of us have actually completed a Nuzlocke challenge, we figured that might be fun. So we're playing Leaf Green. We're playing Leaf Green today. Hello there! Glad to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Oak. People affectionately refer to me as the Pokemon Professor. Are you sure people do, or are you just trying to, like, name yourself? I mean, it's cool if that's why you're doing it. Like, if that's what you're
That's
doing.
actually a good point. Is Professor Oak in the Pokemon universe? I would assume that he's supposed to be famous, right?
Like, he seems like he's supposed to be famous, but, like, you watch the show, and I don't know, he doesn't... He's just, like, a professor in some small town.
I'm gonna say, technically, according to the show, he's famous in a region. And the sad part is, every region has their own professor tree of some kind.
Now, I will say this. In some of the other games, he does make an appearance as, like, a notable Pokemon professor.
Yeah, but he's not world famous. Like, if you were in the Kanto region, you may not know who Professor Oak is.
Now, to be fair, in the Kanto region, the professor in the Kanto region is like very, very, like, starstruck about Professor Oak.
That's fair. That's fair. You're right.
This world is inhabited far and wide by creatures called Pokemon. For some people, Pokemon are pets. Others use them for battling. Those people are called monsters. I mean, that's like one of those things. Like, yeah, we're just doing a digital game. Like, this is just a game, a video game, right? But you have to, like, think about the fact that, like in this world, it is common for people to quite literally take animals and fight them until one of them is knocked out.
Or dies.
In the game, they just faint. Unless it's a story part.
Hey, we're doing Nuzlocke. We have to treat them as dead.
That's right.
Or,
we are treating them as dead. So yeah, if they get knocked out, they're dead. As for myself, I study Pokemon as a profession, which is why he has 3 Pokemon to his name.
That is also sad.
Now I'll be nice. Like, he does say these are the only 3 I have left. You do have to wonder what happened to all these other supposed Pokemon, though. He's a Pokemon professor. Was he, like, using them for experiments or something?
I'm gonna say he dissected them. What you think he did? He had to come up with a way to store them digitally. So how do you think someone does that? Piece at a time. Little bit by bit. Like, hey, look, this Pokemon's toe got digitalized. Stop screaming.
He's not called the Pokemon Professor out of affection. He's called the Pokemon Professor as a warning. Like, be aware of the Pokemon Professor. He'll take your Pokemon and you'll never see them again.
True.
But first, tell me a little about yourself. Now tell me, are you a boy or are you a girl? I'll be a boy today. Let's begin with your name. What is it? We do not have enough letters for Serial Star, I don't think, so we're just gonna go... Wait, do we have symbols? We do, but we do not have star. So I'm just gonna go with star. Yeah, I was gonna go with star. That's what I did in Suikoden. Like, Suikoden 1 and 2, my character is Sirio with the star at the end of it.
Yeah.
But Suikoden 3 did not have that ability. Plus, Suikoden 3, you name a person that's never actually, like, in the game for real.
Yeah.
Like, it's... I don't know. It's a little annoying, but at the same time, kind of understandable how they did it.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about the Pokemon universe. Just in here, just thinking about the Pokemon universe and thinking about Professor Oak and just going, why doesn't Professor Oak have his own set of Pokemon?
He has those 3. Like, they are the last ones that he had from his youth.
He's a Pokemon researcher, but he doesn't actually have like a set of Pokeballs that you can try to fight him with to go, hey, you are a world famous Pokemon expert. Yes. Where are your Pokemon? What? Yeah, where are your Pokemon? You know, since you are the world expert.
Yeah, he's the world expert. He is the world expert, which means he studies them all the way, and then he has to make sure he does thorough studying, which means at some point he has to kill them and dissect them so he can study the inner workings of them as well. This is my grandson. He's been your rival since you both were babies. What was his name again? What do you want to name him?
Douchebag.
You want to name him Douchebag? I don't think we have enough for Douchebag. We'll go with D-Bag.
Fine.
We don't have enough for Douchebag, so we'll just go with D-Bag.
D-Bag. There we go. Because I always laugh at the game where it goes, you're going to have me name my opponent? Fine.
Was it
I can
D-Bag?
be real juvenile.
That's right. I remember now. His name is D-Bag.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Star,
Your
your very own Pokemon legend is about to unfold. A world of dreams and adventures with Pokemon awaits. Let's go! Oh, Lord. So.
Still, the
Anywho.
Pokemon universe is so frightening.
It really is.
You sit there and go, you go, hey, congratulations, you're 10. Okay, what does that mean? Get out my house.
Yeah,
What?
get out my house.
Get out my house and go out there with your own animal and start animal fighting. Wait, what? Yeah, that's how you make a living. You go out there at the age of 10 and start animal fighting.
Yeah, all boys leave home someday. It said so on TV. Literally, that's what his mom says.
Hey, guess what? It does say eventually that, yeah, it's not just boys, it's girls too.
Mm-hmm.
You're 10, get out my house, Susie. Wait, what? You're 10, Susie, get out my house, go get your Pokemon, and start monster fighting.
I will say
it's fine.
I will say that there's like a couple where it's not like a thing until after you get the Pokemon, and then the mom's like, oh, so you want to go traveling now? Well, I guess that's okay. Make sure you stop by and see your dad.
You just sit there and go, you're cool with this? I'm 10. Yes, you're of age. And like, good God, the Pokemon world is terrifying when you're 10 and you could just legally walk, travel across country or travel around.
Don't go out. It's unsafe. Wild Pokemon live in tall grass. You need your own Pokemon for your protection. I know. Here, come with me.
As he literally dragged you across the little town and go, hey, dummy, you finna go out into the grass without a Pokemon? Get over here. We're dragging you over here.
Gramps, I'm fed up with waiting. D-bag, let me think.
Again.
Oh, that's right. I told you to come. Just wait. Not sure that's how you want to phrase that, but okay. Here, Star. There are 3 Pokemon here. Haha. The Pokemon are held inside these Pokeballs. When I was young, I was a serious Pokemon trainer. But now in my old age, I have only these 3 left. What happened to the others, Professor?
I honestly, know what I want to see now? I want to see Professor Oak when he was young. I'm like, okay, you're a world famous Pokemon trainer in quotations now, but you started when you were 10.
That's true.
Right?
That's very true.
So
why don't they do like they should do a prequel game where it's like all of the trees, all of the Pokemon trees are like, like an Arceus style prequel where it's like all of the Pokemon, the Professor trees are out and they're all rivals and stuff.
Yeah, because I was going to say, a lot of the Professor trees are around the same age. There's only a couple that you sit there and go, aren't you too young to be a professor of anything? Like, did you just become a professor like this year? Like, I forget the one that's like real young and you just sit there and go.
Isn't that the one from Aloha?
The one from Aloha is, yeah, that one is kind of young.
I know the one in Pokemon Go is pretty young.
Oh,
hey,
God,
Gramps,
yes.
No fair. What about me? Be patient, D-bag.
That's right.
That was a perfect phrase right there.
That's right.
You could have one too. Alright, what are we getting? Do you want to pick or do you want me to pick? Let's go ahead and go over the rules for the audience. Okay. So, here are the main rules for Nuzlocke Challenge, and essentially the Nuzlocke Challenge won't officially start until we have Pokeballs that we can actually catch Pokemon with. Then it will officially start. Okay, so rule 1: when you enter an area the first time that you fight a Pokemon, that is the only Pokemon you are allowed to catch. If you fail to catch that one Pokemon, whether it runs away, you accidentally kill it, what have you, then that Pokemon, you don't get a Pokemon from that area. Rule 2: as we stated earlier, if a Pokemon faints, the Pokemon is considered dead. We have to either put it in a box and release and say forget about it for the entirety of the rest of the game, or we have to release it. We are gonna probably choose to release it.
Yep.
Just to not let ourselves have the temptation. And rule number 3.
You don't even want the option.
Yeah, like at some point we're gonna if we keep them, at some point we're gonna rationalize that there's a reason we can still use that one. Rule 3: we have to name the Pokemon, each Pokemon that we catch, because that is to help us grow a bond with the Pokemon, so that when the Pokemon hopefully doesn't, but if the Pokemon does die, we actually feel bad about it,
It's a Nuzlocke challenge. We're losing Pokemon. That just how this works.
Our particular rule number 4: Will and I are going to take turns with the naming Pokemon, essentially meaning that the Pokemon that each of us names, I'm probably going to put like a little symbol next to it to specify which one of us owns that one, and we're going to be trying to keep an even number of Pokemon in our party for each of us. So that way, even though Will's not like here playing it with me, he's still playing it with me, So we're going to be taking turns with the catching of Pokemon and naming of Pokemon. So we hadn't actually decided who was going to go first. So do you want to go first, or do you want me
to? I'll go first, sure.
Alright. So do you want Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur?
Yeah, you know what? In order to make this easier on us, especially as we're doing the Nuzlocke anyway, I'll go with Bulbasaur.
Okay. Hey, first one I picked up. Cool. So, Star, you want to go with the grass Pokemon Bulbasaur? Yes. This Pokemon is really quite energetic. Star received the Bulbasaur from Professor Oak.
Because, later on in the game, once we have something like a Charmander, it's just going to kill everything.
Do you want to give a nickname to this Bulbasaur? Yes. What is your name for Bulbasaur?
It
is a boy, if that makes a difference.
Okay. Trying to think of. You know what? We've already. Let's see. You know what? If it'll be. You know what? Fine, Grassy.
Grassy. Now, do you want it with a Y or an IE?
A Y.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure that this Pokemon is the pet. And not just the battle monster.
I'm gonna put a space and I'm gonna put W for Will. Alright. And of course, D-Bag picks Charmander.
Of course
I'll take this one then. D-Bag receives the Charmander.
Gotta remember, he hates you. So he always chooses whatever, the opposite of yours.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Star. Let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on.
And you just sit there and go, these things are just level 5 out the bat. What do you expect?
Are they level 5 or 6? Yeah, they're level 5. Oh,
I assume this thing gets tackle.
So pushy as always, Star. You've never had a Pokemon battle before, have you? Pokemon battle is when trainers pit their Pokemon against each other. The trainer that makes the trainer's Pokemon faint by lowering the HP to 0. Yeah, we know all this. I really wish it actually asked you in this one. Like, the original was like, it didn't do anything.
Yes.
It's just like, yeah, you're fighting. Figure it out. This one is like over-explaining,
Well, like I said, from the original, they went, you know what? We didn't explain how any of this worked. We just said go. This one goes, we're going to explain step by step what this stuff does. And you sit there and go, that's not better. That's not better. Especially once you done played the games, 5 generations of this game. You sit there and go, I don't want an explanation. I want to just get to the story. Or I just want to get the Pokemon. Leave me alone.
I'm glad I picked up that potion, because for some reason, that thing is, like, not being injured anywhere near as much now, even though it only lowered the attack 1 time.
What?
The Charmander, he only used Growl once, but for some reason it's like, I feel like I've been dealing less and less damage each time I attack. Luckily, I had a potion. See, like, right there, it definitely feels like that was a lot less than the last hit that I did.
Do you think the growl in this was broken?
I don't know. I think it might have just been that
Sometimes
one battle.
That does happen. Sometimes that does happen.
I think it might have just been that one battle. At least I'm hoping.
I assume we have what, tackle and what? Do we have growl?
Tackle and growl. We have tackle and growl. Yeah. Squirtle has tail whip. Yeah. What?
That's right.
Unbelievable! I picked the wrong Pokemon.
No, you didn't. You should have won. Pokemon to Pokemon, you should have won. You just suck.
Well, to be fair, I had to use a potion. I wasn't gonna risk him dying this early. I know we said it doesn't start until the Pokeballs, until we get the Pokeballs.
Yeah,
but
that's why it doesn't start until then.
But it's still just embarrassing if you lose the first battle. Well, our grassy... Look! I copied what it said on one of those trainer tips signs. Trainer tips. Press start to open the menu. Okay. Thank you. You're so smart and sweet. I'm gonna talk to this guy and get another potion, since I just lost the one that I had. I am so glad that I found out about this guy, by the way, I don't remember when I found out about him. I think I was like playing one day. I was just like randomly playing. I'm possibly a Nuzlocke challenge that I didn't finish because I never finished Nuzlocke challenges. But like I talked to this, like I decided to talk to everyone, and I just talked to this guy, and he was like, "Here's a potion." I'm like, "Has this always been a thing? I've always ignored that guy."
Yeah.
Like I've always ignored that guy.
Oh yeah, Pokemon does it, endorse you talking to everyone. If you talk to everyone, you actually get a lot out of it. Pokemon's weird that way. It's one of the few games where if you talk to this random person sitting on the stool, they go, hey, you know what? You just beat the gym leader, right? Yeah. Go behind that cash register right there. Wait, what? Yeah, there's a secret base full of evil bad guys. Kill them all. Wait, what? Why are you telling me this? Cause I'm bored and I'm a chaos gremlin. What?
It is amazing exactly how many things you can only find out. Like like there's some games that you can't even progress unless you talk to freaking everyone.
Yes.
Like obviously later after you know exactly who to talk to, you don't have to, but it's like the first time you play through, like it's almost impossible to figure out some of these things without talking to everyone.
Yes. Because I let you know right now, one of the games that I think is famous for this is Golden Sun.
Oh yeah.
Where you just sit there and go, okay, did I talk to every single villager?
Golden Sun's worse.
I didn't talk to that one.
Golden Sun's worse because you have to talk to everyone, and then you have to read all their minds too.
That's true. Once you get the mind reading ability, you do have to read all their minds. You can't leave a mind unread, because if you did, you're gonna be stuck somewhere, not progressing. Because you didn't read Sanzo's mind because you thought it was being polite, and you sit there and go, "Oh yeah, I'm a douche that reads everyone's mind." even the little, even the little things that I'm catching, I read their minds particularly, just to go, hey, what you thinking? I don't care if it's an alien language or whatever. What you thinking?
All right, we got Professor Oak's Excuse me. Got Professor Oak's parcel.
Professor Oak's parcel. What is this? Pokemon bits.
It's a special Pokeball. Okay, I'm glad this Pidgey is not level 5, because that's when Pidgeys, at this point, actually... Huh? That is very... The guy goes, nah, what? I'm not, but I will be having to give up stuff here in a week. Oh, gosh.
What?
I forgot what I had named I forgot what I had named this session.
What did you name?
So I named the session, are you tired of Nuzlocke challenges? Well, we aren't. So it took me a minute to figure out what the guy was talking about. I'm like, oh yeah, I named my session that, didn't I? I'm stupid.
Wow. You literally just set up the session.
Yeah.
There I go. Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot the name of the session.
Hello, kitty. Says, but it's only dawning on me how this is going to affect my future.
Uh,
We got Leech Seed.
but yeah, the world of Pokemon is so weird. Leech Seed is one of the best things ever. It's one of the
It
few things
really
that I
is.
sometimes just think about keeping.
It is. I always keep it.
But there's so much stuff with a Bulbasaur that you just want to keep, and you're just like, I can have him be a status monster or a damage dealer. I'm not sure which one I need.
I mean, that's the thing. You keep Leech Seed, you use it right at the beginning, and then you continue. Then you just do regular stuff with it, and the Leech Seed just continues on for the rest of the battle. Not just after Bulbasaur,
Yes.
but all of your Pokemon get to benefit from Leech Seed.
Yes.
Oh, Star! How are your Pokemon dealing? Well, it seems to be growing more attached to you. You must be talented as a Pokemon trainer.
The fact that it's not dead is the only thing that's actually making me go, it hasn't been 24 hours, huh?
Well, you stay safe in the military, my man. Says, oh wait, I didn't type in my first message. I'm going into the military. Boot camp, it's 9 weeks. My schooling is 2 years, then active duty for 4. So yeah, you stay safe, man.
Okay.
What's that? You have something for me. Star delivered Oak's parcel. Ship out in a week, quite literally 7 days left. It's a custom Pokeball. I had it on order. Thank you. Gramps. I almost forgot. What did you call me for? Oh, right. I have a request for you two. On the desk there is my invitation. There's my invention, the Pokédex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. Star and D-Bag, take these with you. I don't know if that's exactly how he said it in the original. Because it seems like that, like saying it that way, is like it's his invention. So he wants us to go out and like do the stuff on it. Makes it a little bit better than what I recall from the original, where it's just like, this the Pokédex, it's empty right now. You know?
Yes. Yes, in the original, the Pokédex wasn't just his invention. In the original, it was a compilation of like a couple of people. I think it was him, Bill, and one other person. Cause Bill's PC.
Yeah.
He had stuff to do with this. And I think later they just get rid of Bill.
No. Bill's still in there later. I know he's in there in gold. Like, I think it's always called Bill's PC.
I think in the later editions they got rid of Bill. Because, again, it wasn't Bill because different regions of the planet.
But I know Pokemon Gold had Bill.
Yes.
Hey, we got Pokeballs.
Is this the portion where the game begins with Nuzlocke?
This is where the Nuzlocke challenge begins.
Alright, so first Pokemon in the area that we go to is the one that we can either catch or just kill it and be done.
Let's hope that we don't accidentally kill it, the first one. Because we'll need to do
this will get hard.
Yeah. If we miss any of these, then because we have a very finite amount of Pokemon that we can have, basically.
Yes. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I never really did a Nuzlocke, because I'm just like, okay, my favorite thing with Pokemon is to go power, and I murdered wild Pokemon. I just murdered them. Because this is a
we have a
Nuzlocke.
map now. Okay, so basically, the Pokemon that we just got from Professor Oak is going to count as our Pallet Town one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9, 10, 11.
I would say those are pretty much with a Nuzlocke. So you just count the roots, and that's how many Pokemon you can have.
No, you can. It counts. So basically, roots, and you can all like, other things that are considered like basically, with Fire Red, the map is very much just like unlike the original town map where you just like press up and stuff and it just like goes to the next place. It has a more free roaming picker, which is good and bad. And it's good in the sense of like I don't have to cycle through everything to know what I'm trying to look for. Bad in the sense of now I can't count things easier. But yeah, basically like Route 1 would be one, and then you can also get one in the city if you're able to get one in a town. Then Route 2 would be another one, but on this map, Viridian Forest says it's located in Route 2, but Viridian Forest does count as its own place.
Yes, just like all the caves and stuff like that, even though they're on the route, they're their own section.
So yeah, there are 25 routes, and then there are 10, 11 towns. Is that right? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's nothing in Indigo Plateau, so I'm not gonna count Indigo Plateau. So
the Plateau is not a town.
So there are 10 towns. So if there's any Pokemon that you can get from a town, you can catch a Pokemon in a town. So that's 34 Pokemon so far. And then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Looks like 11 special areas. Like, caves and mountains and whatnot.
Caves and stuff. Gotcha.
So yeah, less than 50 Pokemon total is our maximum.
We'll be fine.
If we don't accidentally kill the first Pokemon or the first Pokemon escapes before we can catch it.
Like I said, this is only complicated in the beginning, because at the end we're getting spares.
Okay, I want to register the town map. How do I register the town map? Okay, that's right. I press that. I do that. Okay. Town map has been registered to select. And we're gonna take a quick nap at home. And off we go. Oh. We've been so caught up on Pokemon thus far that we haven't even talked about anything else.
Well, it's Pokemon. There's decade of stuff to talk about with Pokemon.
All right.
And if you just talk about the world of Pokemon is so weird that you just can spend hours talking about the fact that in some regions trash becomes sentient.
All right, let's hope I don't get a crit. All right. gonna try and catch this Rattata.
Oh, you're gonna try to catch a Rattata?
Well, it's the first one, so, you know, kind of have to.
Fair.
We don't want to lose out on having at least one Pokemon. Alright. And this Rattata is mine. I'm gonna call him Squirt. Oh, no, it's a girl.
Fair.
Does Squirt work for a girl? I think that's not... I just thought about that. That doesn't... I don't think that'll work. I was just thinking about that for a girl. I'm gonna call her Bubbles. I'm gonna name her Bubbles. There's a reason for it.
Okay.
Rats in this game are able to, like, learn most water type moves, so a lot of times I like to teach the Rattata that I get all water moves. You know? Just to kind of...
Fair enough.
Just to kind of throw a little spin on it. Alright, now we're gonna go back
to
Mom's after we fight. Man, why couldn't I get a Pidgey? I like Pidgeys. We're fighting a Pidgey, by the way.
Alright.
Grassy's doing a pretty good job so far.
At least they don't know any flying moves right now to kick our butt.
Yeah, it's still level 3. So once it hits level 5, I think that's when it first gets the a flying move. So it might just be Sand Attack.
So
I can't remember when
I could have said I think that's Sand Attack.
Used to they had Gust, but it was considered a normal move.
Well, back then, Pidgeys were also just considered, even though they were flying, but they were also considered normal. Are they still considered flying normal?
I think they're still considered flying normal. I think basically it's like, originally they were just normal and they didn't actually have, like Gust was not a flying move, I know that.
I think Pidgey started off normal and then evolved into flying.
They might have been flying, I don't remember. We can look it up.
Pokemon was weird back in the day where you sat there go, alright, I have a Pidgey. Okay, can it fly? No. Okay, what you got now? The mid thing between the middle. Okay, can it fly? Kind of. What you mean, kind of? Sort of, kind of. Okay.
All right. So yeah.
Okay.
It was considered. It was normal flying. It's just the Gust attack was considered normal. Gust attack was considered a normal type move rather than a flying move.
Okay.
So it was specifically just the Gust attack that was not. Alright, so here's what I think I would like to do. I think actually I want Grassy to go up at least one more level so we're not too concerned about him, you know? And then we'll start working on getting Bubbles up a few levels. You know?
Mm-hmm. Fair.
We're gonna stay close to Mom's house, or we're gonna stay close to the Pokemon Center. It's one of those two. We'll stay close to somewhere. I feel like we should technically, I don't know, this is our first real, we're gonna try and seriously go at this one, so I feel like we should try and stay kind of true to the... Or not stay true, but we should actually just follow the rules and not try and make it more challenging than it already is. Because I was about to say, like, we should give ourselves only, like, an hour to train or something. But then I was just like, you know what? No.
I was gonna say,
we have...
Because it's a Nuzlocke, you don't want to grind too much, because if you do, you just kill the Pokemon.
That's why you always make sure...
the downside of grinding.
That's why you always make sure that you have at least something that you can use.
But we don't have that many options. So we either have to just keep one thing.
I mean, like, what I mean is, like, for instance, the Leech Seed, right? Leech Seed, no matter what, only does a small amount of damage. Okay? It does give you a time limit.
Yes.
It gives you a time limit. So yeah, I'm gonna get Grassy up to level 8, and then I'm gonna try and get. Then I'm gonna try and get Bubbles up a few levels. Cause like pretty soon we're gonna be fighting D-Bag again, and we don't want to go against him with low level, you know.
Fair.
I feel at minimum we need to make sure all 3 Pokemon that we have at that time are. I'm hoping we have 3 Pokemon at that time. We have the chance to get 1 more Pokemon. You want to go ahead and get that other Pokemon, actually?
You probably should before we start grinding.
I'm gonna use the Pidgey's health to heal myself. I'm gonna just use Growl on it so it doesn't deal much. Did it only heal 1? That sucks. It only healed 1.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. It got a critical hit. That was close. It's okay. We go first. What? Oh my god. I am so sorry. Grassy almost died. He didn't die, but he almost died.
Alright.
Please tell me I still have that potion. Please tell me I still have that potion. I still have the potion. Oh my god, I was so afraid. I was just like, it's okay. We attack first. So obviously, it'll be fine. Attack. Attack misses. Frick! Oh, you're getting digitized on me, man. You're getting digitized.
Alright, how's this?
Apparently it sounds good.
Alright, I was gonna say, I was gonna laugh and go, did we make it to Route 2? Oh no, we didn't? Oh, okay.
No. Grassy's okay. Grassy is okay.
Critical hits do happen, and you just sit there and go, that just happened. Did we end up catching it?
I didn't get to Route 2 yet. I was on the way to Route 2, so we could do the thing.
Oh.
Actually, I wasn't going to Route 2. I was gonna go to that other route. I just wasn't gonna go far enough to where we would fight D-Bag. There's that one. There's that. Huh? You're thinking of the first fight. I'm talking about the second fight. You can fight with D-Bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's another fight because like if you try and go to the Pokemon League, right when you get to Viridian, like if you go to Viridian City and then you try to go to Pokemon League, you'll come across D-Bag, and he'll challenge you again. That's what I was talking about.
Oh.
So let's go. We're gonna go get 2 more Pokemon. I'm gonna ask you which one you want to go for first. Okay. So we can go up to Route 2, or we can go over here to that one little grassy spot. I don't remember if Mankey's over here in this one. I know that it has Nidoran males and females. I think it also might have Spearows. And it probably has Pidgeys and Rattatas as well. Or we can go up to the Route 2, which definitely has Pidgeys and Rattatas. So essentially, do you want to try and get something that's not a Pidgey or a Rattata?
Let's try to get something that's not a Pidgey or a Rattata, since we know we're getting a Pidgey or a Rattata in the other one.
Alright. Just don't want to go too far in this. Just gonna dip our toe in this. Oh, it's a Rattata. I'm sorry. Alright, tackle it. Try not to kill it. Try not to kill it. Okay, he didn't kill it. We should probably get some more Pokeballs. We only have 3 now.
Yep. I was gonna say we could probably buy some more at the Pokemart. I think in this one.
Yeah, we'll go and get some more at the Pokemart.
Because I know in some of the other ones you couldn't even buy Pokeballs in the first town.
When you first come to this town, you can't. But after you deliver Oak's parcel, you can. Alright, you have a male Rattata. What's his name?
You know what? Call him Splinter.
I was already going to the S because I had the feeling that's what you were gonna say.
Like, I think you should know what my name is.
Yeah, I was literally heading to the S already even before you said anything. Alright, let's go up there, see if we can get a Pidgey instead of another Rattata.
Watch, you just have a whole line of Rattatas in one moment.
Oh, shoot, I forgot it did this. I've already caught 2 Pokemon, come on, you don't have to show me how to catch Pokemon. Like I said, the first game, like, literally, you had to talk to everyone in order to learn stuff. This one, like, overdoes the teaching. It doesn't give you choices, you know?
Like I said, I know it. Fire, with Fire Red, it guides you. It guides you step by step, and you sit there and go, "Is this what kids do now? They couldn't figure this out. No confidence." Just go, what do we do? Oh, okay. So I can say that Pokemon is now truly mythology.
You're getting digitized again.
Okay, let's go to this part of my bed. How's this?
It always starts out good. Hopefully it stays good. It's so weird when it does it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it really doesn't matter. As long as I stay in one place, it just starts to do it anyway. But yeah, I was gonna say that now Pokemon games go. 5-year-old Timmy can play this game. Why? Because we handhold Timmy through the first 3 towns. And after that, he's probably already bored onto another game.
Pidgey! We have something aside from a Rattata. Hopefully I catch him. No! Critical hit.
You killed it.
Critical hit. Damn. Okay, we can actually go in the Verdian Forest without making it to where that one thing happens, I think. I cannot believe that critical hit.
Like I said, it gets harder. The more you the more you go up, you sit there and go, oh, I lowered up the Pokemon. Okay, so normal hits won't kill it. Oh, it randomly crit. It's just dead now.
Alright. I'm hoping to get a Weedle. Okay, no, didn't crit this time. Alright. I wanted that Pidgey.
Hey, we have a Weedle.
I really
so we
wanted
eventually
that
get a
Pidgey.
B-Drip.
I know, but I wanted that Pidgey. I like Pidgeys.
Yeah.
My favorites are Fearos, of course, but I like Pidgeots.
Fair.
Let's see,
Is
what
this the
should
version
this
of the game
bug's
where
name?
you get Pidgeys but don't get Fearos? Because I know that used to be a thing.
It's possible. I don't know. We haven't seen a Spearow yet. I know that much.
Like I said, I think it used to be in one game you had Pidgeys, in the other game you had Fearos. I want to say that used to be what it used to be, but I'm not sure anymore.
I have no idea what to name this Weedle. Trying to think. I'm just gonna start with A and come up with something. Angloy. Yeah, Angloy. There we are. I don't know. It's a name. There we go. Alright, now we have 4 Pokemon. Now let's go to Pokemon Center, and then let's go level Pokemon up so that we can fight D-Bag. I think we need to try and get each of them up to level 10.
Well, if we got them all up to level 10, we're gonna destroy D-Bag, because I think his Pokemon would be around level 7 or 8 when we actually fight him the next time.
Dude, I don't even remember. I
At
would
least
rather.
That's what my memory tells me.
And with this, I would rather us over-prepare. You know, because unlike D-Bag, when our Pokemon get faint, they die.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna switch out. We'll start with... You know what? Splinter's the lowest level, so we're gonna put him up front. And Grassy's gonna take over immediately after the battle starts. I cannot wait until we can get experience share. If we can get experience share, because I think you have to have like a certain number of actual Pokemon registered to be able to get experience share.
I thought it was just an event item that once you do a certain story beat, it just gives it to you.
No, that's in some of the other ones. I think experience share in this one is actually like you have to actually have like a certain number of Pokemon registered. I'm looking it up now.
Cause yeah, I didn't even plan on getting experience share with a Nuzlocke run. Cause I'm just like, probably not getting it unless it's a story beat.
Alright, let's see.
When it doesn't say it, it just says location.
So yeah, probably just a story beat. How far away is that
50 or more different Pokemon species. And we already did the math and discovered that we cannot get more than 50 Pokemon.
Yep.
So yeah, we can't get experience.
When we get 50 Pokemon, we will be at the actual Pokemon League, because I think between the 11 special zones and the 26 routes.
And 25 routes.
25 routes.
And then 11. So 11, 22, and then 48. So yeah, we cannot get 50. Even if we get one from each place. And we can't get one from each place because Grassy killed the Pidgey.
Yep.
We already slaughtered the Pidgey.
Yep. And when he gets stronger, he's gonna slaughter so many more.
Yeah. And at that time, it might be a little more okay, but right now, it's not. We don't even have 6 Pokemon yet, so it's definitely not okay just yet. Alright, critical hit this time is good on a Pidgey. Splinter is level 3. Grassy is level 9. Oh, Lord. Can't believe we just started it and we already had a screw up.
Like I said, I expected it.
I know, I was just hoping that maybe we could go at least like one of the streams without a screw up. You know, just the very first one, I was hoping that maybe this very first one, we would not have a screw up. Almost had a major screw up because Grassy almost died at one point.
That was the actual only thing that I cared about. I was like, please don't let the starter Pokemon die. If the starter Pokemon dies, I go, we failed.
Yeah, because like we didn't have anything. Like the highest Pokemon that we had at that time, aside from Grassy, was Bubbles, and Bubbles is level 3.
Again, like I said, if Grassy had died, I would have just gone, okay, we should just start over. We should just start over. It'll be more efficient to just start over.
Yeah, for real. For real. Like, missing out on one Pokemon, that's one thing, but losing our highest level Pokemon this early, you know?
Like I said, we still next to the starter town.
We don't have any badges yet. It's alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get 10 Pokeballs. Or I'm gonna keep 10 Pokeballs is what I'm gonna do. Every time we get to a town, I'm gonna restock up to 10, because we don't need like a ton, because we're not trying to catch them all. We're just trying to catch all of the first ones.
I was gonna say, at this point, we can actually count almost count how many Pokeballs we need. So I go with 10, getting 10 at each town. Each town we go, works fine.
Yeah, I say we just keep 10 of whatever the max one is. You know?
Yes.
I do think we need to make sure we keep antidotes on hand, because Pokemon can indeed faint from being poisoned.
Yes.
So I'm kind of alternating between potions and antidotes right now. Not quite as concerned about paralyzing, because like it's annoying, but it's not as bad as poison.
I'm gonna say paralyzed ends after the battle. Poison
No,
stays.
no. Paralyzed does not end after the battle, actually.
I thought paralyzed ends after the battle.
No.
I know poison stays.
But paralyzed, so paralyzed, what it does is it forces your Pokemon to go last, no matter how fast it is. And it has a random chance to make it to where your Pokemon does not do anything. It's like a 1 in 10 chance that your Pokemon doesn't do anything. And then but it does stay.
Okay.
Like, pretty much all the status effects stay, but some of them can heal over time. Like, sleep will go away over time. But it has to be in battle time. If your Pokemon is asleep at the end of a battle, like if you traded it out, then the Pokemon will still be asleep until it's in battle for a little while longer.
That I did not know.
Yeah.
Because I've never had a Pokemon actually just, go to sleep and stay asleep after a battle's over.
Yeah, the Pokemon will always stay asleep after the battle is over if it's asleep at the end of a battle. But the only way it's going to be asleep at the end of a battle is if you switched it out. Okay, Grassy, you need to hit, because if he tail whips enough times, he might actually be able to hurt you.
Technically, if he tail whips and crits, he can kill you.
Oh. He didn't tail whip enough. Well, he didn't tail whip enough for that to happen. He did tail whip enough to take off 6 damage on him. Which, compared to all the other Rattatas, is really high. Lord. We're this close to the town, so I'm just like, yeah, we're just gonna continue using this little thing. We're just, anytime that he's starting to get anywhere close to that yellow portion, I'm gonna come back to the Pokemon Center. Later on, that's not an option, and I have to make sure I have potions. Potions cost money. I would rather save that money for when I need it. Oh, Lord. Anyways, what else is going on? What else is going on in your life?
Oh yeah, we were you were supposed to look up the Doctor Who stuff.
Oh yeah. I'll just switch over to Disney Plus. Maybe it already will show me. Maybe it came out this last Sunday. I was a little busy Sunday, so
yeah. I don't know what day it's supposed to come out.
Let's see. Let's see. Yep. New episode's out. So there is already a new episode.
All right. What day of the week does it come out?
I mean, I think they come out on, like they used to come out on Sunday, so I imagine they come out on Sunday. Because I think that's when they come out in BBC, like in Britain. So,
I was gonna say, because I think last year they came out on the episodes came out on like a Wednesday. Yeah, last year they came out on Wednesdays.
Trying to remember when I watched it. When I watched the first episode. Can't remember when I watched the first episode of the new season. Let's see.
Yeah, I just assumed it would just say 7 o'clock this time.
When do Doctor Who episodes come out? Let's see. Saturdays. Comes out on Saturdays. So yeah, it came out this past Saturday. How are you doing, Grassy? You're still over 20. I'm sure we can keep going for a little while longer. Splinter is level 4 now. Part of me wants to go ahead and shift over to Bubbles, but the other part of me is like, let's just keep Splinter here until he's level 5 at least.
Until what?
Until he's level 5.
Fair enough.
Grassy is doing good now. Grassy's gonna continue being big bro.
Well, that's just kind of how all the Pokemon work.
Yeah,
it's like,
there's always a big bro. There's always a big bro. Usually it's the starter.
The starter Pokemon's are always that.
Usually it's the starter. It's not always the starter. It's not always the starter. But it usually falls to the starter. The starter is always going to be big bro at the beginning.
I would say for 90% of my Pokemon runs, the starter Pokemon is the one you go, I depend on you. You can't let me down. You are the highest level thing I got.
Alright, I'm gonna let Splinter try and take this Pidgey by himself. But if he gets dangerous, I'm gonna switch him out immediately before anything. But he's got 2 levels on this Pidgey.
Because that should just mean he should win.
Alright, he won. He only lost 3 health. Good job, Splinter. Can Rattatas learn fighting moves?
Rattatas are weird, but normally they learn normal moves.
Alright, I'm looking up his thing. I mean, like I say, you can teach Rattatas so many things. Attacks. Okay. Let's see. Alright, standard level up. Let me make sure I'm in the right gen. Gen 1. Wait, would this be Gen 2? Would this technically be a Gen 2 version because it's Leaf Green?
No, Gen 2 would be the Johto stuff.
Okay, I got it. This is Gen 3 version. It's a Gen 3 version of Rattata. Alright. So the attacks that he gets, Tackle, Tail Whip is what he starts with. Then he gets Quick Attack, Hyper Fang, Focus Energy, Pursuit, Super Fang, and Endeavor. Apparently he gets to become Shoto's father. Looking to see if there's... He's got 1 fighting move ability that he can learn. Got 1 fighting move that he can learn. He can learn Rock Smash. Oh, you can also learn counter from a tutor. I don't think I've ever done tutor. What is tutor?
You don't know what tutor is? Yeah, it's the person you go to each Pokemon stuff.
Huh. This is the problem with me. I don't always talk to everyone. Yeah, you keep using Tail Whip. Get my defense low while I beat the crap out of you. I'm fine with that. As long as I don't miss.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can learn 2 fighting moves.
And those are gonna be so late in the game.
Huh. He can't learn some of the things that he could learn. The Rattatas don't learn Water Gun in this one. Like, you can't teach them Water
Nope.
Gun. You could teach them Water Gun in the original.
Yeah, in Gen 1. Yeah.
You could teach them Water Gun and Bubble Beam. That's why I would always have Water Rat, because it, you know.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they decided to get rid of that. So the rat can't learn water moves.
Can learn
Not
ice
anymore.
Can learn Ice Beam and Blizzard.
It can learn Blizzard
It can learn Ice Beam and Blizzard. It can also learn Thunderbolt and Thunder. And Shadow Ball.
You know what? I understand Thunder and the Thunder stuff because it's a Pikachu with a different color.
Yeah. I'm starting to regret my name. Starting to regret my naming for this one. It's the only water move that it can learn in this gen is Rain Dance.
That's the saddest one. That's the saddest one when you can't actually benefit from your own Rain Dance.
That's so annoying. Let's see.
Yep, every gen treats their Pokemon different.
Alright, well, I'll figure out some stuff to give her, so that she's not just the exact same as yours. Gotta make sure they're a little different. Alright, there's just a 1 level difference here. I'm gonna switch out to Grassy on this one. I don't want to chance the 1 level difference while we're training. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now Splinter is level 5. Alright, now that Splinter is level 5, I'm gonna go ahead and switch him out with... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put the Weedle in, because the Weedle's already at level 4. So getting the Weedle up to level 5 shouldn't take that long.
Fair.
So the new episode of Doctor Who is called Lux, so something to do with light.
Okay.
It takes place in the past, I know that much, because I watched the Next Time on Doctor Who thing.
Okay.
Looks like it may take place sort of sometime in the 50s, I think.
Alright.
I know that she's not going to be happy with him because she wanted to go home. And, you know, he didn't.
We all know how that works.
Yeah.
The TARDIS does what it wants. Even if he wants to take you home, TARDIS goes, you know what? There's something fun over there. And he goes, I'm trying to steer. And the TARDIS goes, I don't care what you do. We're going over here now because there's a problem and I want you to solve it.
Right.
Isn't it great when your vehicle that you travel around in space and time has a mind of its own?
Well, it
does what it wants.
It's also just like at the end of that last episode, it looks like the planet, like Earth, was destroyed on April 25th.
Okay, then.
So it looks like the Earth was destroyed on April 25th, and that's why you couldn't take her back home, because when they went there, Earth wasn't there. So that, like, he thought that he must have had the wrong thing, so he was, like, trying to adjust for it. And then after they finally vanished, you know, you see the Eiffel Tower, the Statue of Liberty, a taxi cab, and then a calendar that has all the dates marked off except for April 25th. So basically saying that the person who was doing this was marking off the days as they went by, and you know it was April 25th. So
25th. Yeah. One of those things of, okay, I got you here, and oh, I must have came at the wrong time period. What you mean? Everything's gone. Everything's just gone. Can they leave?
Well, he didn't say that. He didn't say that. Like, it really seemed like he was confused about what was happening. You know?
Okay.
Like, it really seemed like he was fully confused about what happened. Like, he really seemed to think that they were supposed to be there, and he didn't see why the Earth wasn't there. And he didn't make any comment about the Earth not being there. He just thought something was wrong. Ah! That sounded like a gunshot. Lord, Zeus is going hard tonight. If the stream ends a little early, that is why.
Storming bad over there?
Apparently. I went outside and, like, you know how, like, sometimes when you're walking around, you can just feel that it's gonna start storming later? Like, you can just feel, like, the air just seems heavy. Yeah, when I was walking my dog earlier, I had that feeling.
I was gonna say, when I was out shopping, I was like, yep, it's finna storm. And my brother's like, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get home to my other kid. And I'm like, fair. Because at this point, he's just outside. Probably just outside playing with his dog. But yeah, he's probably just outside. Probably need to go home.
Yeah. Alright, I think it's time to take another trip back to the Pokemon Center. I will say that I'm having to go there less and less frequently.
Well,
like, it's not after every battle anymore.
Yeah, because the more you level them up, the less likely you have to go to the Pokemon Center.
But I am going to be switching out to Bubbles now, because we got level 5 for those two. I cannot remember what... I kind of want to, like, go in blind with all of the like, the trainer fights, you know? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like that is supposed to be one of the things about the Nuzlocke challenge, is that you're not supposed to, like, just have everything right out in front of you. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm fine with, like, looking up like how they're gonna level and what TMs we can use on them. You know, but I think we should go in blind to all of the the trainer fights.
I'm gonna say they're trainer fights, man. They're fine to go in blind with, because if they get lucky, they get lucky.
And that's why I kind of want to just overtrain.
That's just how that works.
It's kind of why I
And
just
at this
want
point,
to overtrain, you know?
I was gonna say, man, I understand. I do find it funny because my brain goes, yeah, overtraining will make catching Pokemon harder.
It'll make catching them a little harder, but at this point we're fine because it's not like level 10 is going like right now. Like I've got the highest one that we've got is Grassy at level 9, and he is still like, you know, some of the stronger ones. He's like even the weaker ones. He still has to hit them twice, unless he crits. So I'm not concerned about that right now. I will say that later on, if we overtrain, that can become a concern. That's why we always need to have some Pokemon that are not super high leveled. You know? I decided to go in the Verdian Forest to train because I thought we could fight some Kakunas. Was not expecting to fight a Pikachu. Luckily, Pikachus are not very effective against Grassy. Pikachus are not...
You went into the Verdian Forest already to get the Weedle, right?
Yeah, but I figured, yeah, I already got a Pokemon from here, so the Pikachu won't, like, we can't catch the Pikachu.
Yeah, that's bad. Pikachu would have been great for the water gym.
Yeah. It's okay, we got Grassy. Grassy will do great in the water gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep growling
Grassy does
on
good
us.
until...
Grassy will do good for most of the game. Wait, what?
I said Grassy can win all the battles by himself until the third gym.
No, the third gym is lightning, and I just found out. Third gym is electric, and I just discovered right now that apparently grass type are indeed strong against electric. Because Pikachu just attacked him, and with Thundershock, and it said that it was not very effective. So I leech seeded Pikachu, and now Grassy is at full health after the last fight that I had him in. Oh, but that's not a good thing. Apparently, this Pikachu has the thing where, like, when you hit it with a physical attack, it has a chance of paralyzing you. I have no idea what you just said.
I said, oh yeah, they did put that kind of stuff in at this point. Certain Pokemon do certain things when you hit them.
Yeah, because this is third gen, remember? We found that out just a little while ago. That's why the Rattata cannot learn Water Gun like I thought he could. Or like I thought she could.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of upset about that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard keeping up with all the stuff they do to Pokemon. Because throughout the gens, they change Pokemon so often.
I'm
a Aloha region, like...
I'm a little upset about the whole fact that I can't teach the Rattata Water Gun. You wanna know something really good about being paralyzed? You wanna know, like, the only thing good about being paralyzed?
What?
You can't get poisoned.
Really?
Yeah, you can only have one status effect at a time.
I thought they got rid of that.
Nope.
Well, they probably did in the later stuff.
Nope. That's been a constant. As far as I know, they didn't get rid of it. As far as I know, you can only, like, they only can have one status effect at a time. I will say confusion does not count as a, like, legit status effect. So, if, good lord.
What?
That shook the whole house.
It's doing pretty bad over where you at.
Yeah, like, that shook the house so hard that my deaf dog just jumped. But yeah, confusion doesn't count as like a legit status effect. So you can put confusion on somebody while they have another status effect on.
I was gonna say, I could have sworn in one of the games I was both poisoned and paralyzed at one point.
Not in any of the handheld games, as far as I know.
I was gonna say it had to be a handheld game, but that's all I have. I don't have any other things like for the Switch.
In Pokemon, a Pokemon can only be affected by one volatile status condition: burn, sleep, paralyze, poison, toxin. So yeah, even in the new ones, that's true.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm actually getting some good training out here in the Vernian Forest. Every single time Pikachu pops up, I just like switch over to Grassy and just do Leech Seed, and it heals from the last battle, you know?
Uh-huh.
And Grassy is now level 10. And Weedle, because I've left Grassy paralyzed, Weedle can't poison Grassy. So he deals a little bit of damage, yeah, but he can't do the thing that Poison Sting is really good for.
Mm-hmm.
And then he string shot, like they string shot half the time as well. So it's like, I'm already going last. What is your string shot gonna do?
I was gonna say, screenshot is decent when you don't already have paralyze on you. When you have paralyze, you just like
string shot isn't even all that decent. Then it's just all it does is waste one of your turns to make it to where your opponent will go slower. I will say that I have once before managed to use string shot in order to win a fight, but it was such a bizarre way of doing it. It wasn't even string shot. I think I used bubble beam or bubble, which has the possibility of lowering speed.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you can, I would choose bubble or bubble beam because it's just superior screenshot. But screenshot does technically mean that if you use it, you're more than likely the next turn going first.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like most of the time that doesn't matter, but in this one situation, it actually did matter. Because basically it was, I was trying to catch Ho-Oh.
Uh-huh.
And essentially what I had to do in order to do this, I needed Ho-Oh to be slow enough so that I would be able to go first with my next Pokemon after the Pokemon that I was attacking with, that I was using Bubble Beam to attack with, got killed or got knocked out. Like, it was a whole sacrifice play. They were gonna get knocked out, but they were gonna lower Ho-Oh's speed. Because my other, like, because I was like down to that it was like down to the wire. It's like I needed to put Ho-Oh asleep, but Ho-Oh was going to attack before Butterfree, and Ho-Oh was gonna kill Butterfree. So like I had to slow down Ho-Oh so that Butterfree could go first and use Sleep Powder. And then I had to hope Sleep Powder worked. And then I had to switch out to my Pidgeot to use Sand Attack or something like that. So it was like a whole status effect screw over Ho-Oh so that I can try and actually get Ho-Oh low enough to be able to, you know, catch.
Be caught.
It was a whole plan. It was messy, and it called for a lot of, I hope this works.
Yeah. That's kind of how those event Pokemon are. When you get when you try to get Ho-Oh or any of those kind of Pokemon, you sit there and go, okay, if I wait to the end to try to get all of you, I kill you real fast. If I get you as soon as I can get you, you're probably winning. I need an in-between and a plan so that way the one time I can try to get you, I can get you.
You know, I think I'm gonna rearrange my thing a little bit because, like, I don't like how the chat is like right over your face. Maybe I could just shrink the chat down a little bit. I'm gonna just shrink the chat down a little bit. Let's see, we're gonna change the height to 1000. Yeah, I think we can even go with 1200. Perfect. It's right above you. That works. I just realized, like, the chat was just, like, right in front of your face.
But yeah.
So I think what we're probably gonna do with our Monday streams going in forward is gonna be like cycling through the three things. Like right now we're playing Pokemon Nuzlocke, and then next week I'll play City of Heroes, or, you know, one of those games. City of Heroes, City of Rogue, whatever. Okay. You know. Then the week after that, we'll go back to Monster Rancher, and then the week after that, we'll go back to Pokemon. Does that sound good?
Alright.
That way we have nice breaks from everything in case something frustrates any of us. I say frustrates either of us, like I'm thinking it's gonna be you rather than me.
I was gonna say, I'm not the one playing the game, so if you get frustrated, switch out. That's how this works. I can't even see the game.
Yeah.
I'm literally just talking to you.
Like I said, it'll just, like, I'm always the one that's gonna get frustrated. But I figure if we switch out like that, it should make it to where nothing gets too bad. We, you know, get breaks from it for a while. Oh, no. I have no idea what that was. It's possibly on my end this time because of the storm, but I don't know.
Just lightning or something.
But yeah, it's bad right now, man. Like, I cannot understand anything you're saying. Somehow your laugh just came through, though. I don't get that.
I just moved. How's this?
Sounds good right now. Okay, Grassy.
Literally.
You can't just keep missing. It's not conducive to your health. I'm gonna. Oh, I wanted to. Why would? Oh, I need to go the other way. He like missed multiple times and wound up letting his health get to frickin' 12. I had to use a potion on him.
Hey, that's what potions are for. Potions are just candy.
I know. They cost money, and I'd rather not have to use them if I can avoid it. But he just made it to where I couldn't avoid it.
I was gonna say, by the time we get to the middle portion of the game, we're gonna have so much money we won't know what to do with it.
You say that. We're gonna be buying so many potions and antidotes and stuff to keep these Pokemon alive.
I'm gonna say, I will see potions in our future. I do see some antidotes just because of.
Good lord, I don't know what in the world's going on right now, but it's probably good that we're getting close to the end of the stream, because it just keeps digitizing on you. Oh my god. I understand I'm paralyzed, but man.
Are you just a statue now? Have you not been able to do anything for the last 5 turns?
No, it's just sort of annoying because like I needed to do Leech Seed, but it's the very first attack and it didn't work. Alright. I'm gonna use this Weedle to heal. I'm just gonna growl at him so that he can only deal 1 damage to me while I heal. Oh, the tricks you learn.
Oh yeah. Especially now that we're doing the Nuzlocke, we literally have to just sit there and go, okay, we have to do things a lot differently than we used to. Because if we don't, we're going to end up just losing Pokemon.
Like normally in the first town, the first thing you do, you don't just go and buy a couple of Pokeballs. You just spend your entire wad on the Pokeballs. You know? This time, we went in, we go like, alright, let's just keep 10 Pokeballs on hand at all times. And then I'm gonna go and get a bunch of antidotes and some potions.
Are you just sitting there going, okay, in the normal Pokemon game, you don't need that many potions. It's called a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, because like if a Pokemon faints, it faints. It's whatever. You go to a Pokemon Center, you're good. But this one, yeah, we can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah. This one, potions are at a premium.
Yeah.
You sit there and go, I need to flip it and reverse it. Get as many potions as I normally do Pokeballs. And get as many Pokeballs as I normally do potions. There we go.
This is literally the first Metapod I've fought. I've been running around this forest, being like, this is be a great place because I can find metapods here, and Kakunas. This is the first one of either that I found. In the original, it was just like constantly, it was like every other one was a metapod, and it's just like, it just uses up all of your moves, you know? Unless you have one of the moves that, unless you have one of the special moves that deals non-physical damage.
Yeah.
This is the first one that I found.
Hey, that's also one of the things about a Nuzlocke. You sit there and go, all right, I enter the place. I hope the first thing I get is something interesting. And you're like, no, it won't be. The interesting stuff isn't until the middle of the thing. Like, oh.
Alright, I got bubbles at level 6. I'm shooting to get them all at level 10 now, and then we'll continue, which means we're probably not going to continue the game tonight. We're just going to be training. I mean, that's what Nuzlocke challenges do, you know? It's like the main thing about Nuzlocke. You're grinding more than ever. More than ever, you are grinding because you don't want to lose Grassy. Don't want to lose Bubbles. Don't want to lose Splinter. You don't want to lose whatever I named the other guy. I haven't played with him that much yet. So I haven't been seeing his name much.
Hey, I've seen some people do some Nuzlocke some special ways where I just go, well, that was interesting to do a Nuzlocke. You literally know grinding. You know grinding a Nuzlocke. Oh, that was difficult. Oh, you lost so many Pokemon, but it's possible.
Yeah, I'll say, when I was looking up stuff, because we were talking about possibly doing one of the ones on the Switch, right? So when I was looking up Nuzlocke stuff to see if you could do it on the Switch ones, people like had come up with like special ways to do it, and it's just like, and this is what you do. These are the level caps for each area in order to keep it challenging. I'm like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Yep. People get weird with the Nuzlocke. You can add so many extra rules.
I know some people make it a little bit easier because they make it to where you only catch the first Pokemon that you haven't caught when you enter an area. So, like, for instance, we wouldn't have 2 Rattatas because we would have been allowed to skip that that second Rattata, since we already had a Rattata.
That's fair.
That's one of the things. Fair. And then there's also the shiny rule that was on there, where it's like you're allowed to catch shinies if you see a shiny.
Yes. That is one of those rules that I go, you know what? That's fair. I like shinies, and shinies are better than normal Pokemon because their stats are actually better.
I think it's still kind of random, isn't it?
No. I played enough Pokemon. The shinies stats are just better.
I'm pretty sure I've only caught like 1 shiny, and I think it's the one that everyone can get from the Pokemon.
Are you talking about the red Gyarados?
Yeah. I think that's like the only shiny I've ever gotten. I played plenty of Pokemon over the years. Like, I played Pokemon Blue and Pokemon Ruby to death, because those were the ones that I had. I played Pokemon Soul Silver, but I don't think Actually, wait, I changed that. I think in Pokemon Soul Silver, I did catch 1 shiny. I'd have to go and get my game cartridge to figure out which one it was, but I think I did catch 1 shiny in that one.
Yeah, in all the games, when you see a shiny and you catch it and you compare it to whatever it, its normal thing is, even if they're, at the same level, you look at their stats, you just go, wow, the shiny's just better in all ways. Always possible.
But yeah, that's like the thing. Like, I had always heard that the shinies are basically the same. Like, I had always heard that they weren't necessarily better, they were just different colored.
No, their stats are better. That's about it. They still operate.
Shoot, I didn't mean to use that. I meant to use growl. Shoot. I'm trying to keep him alive. I didn't want to kill him. Okay, at least it's not very effective. I need to drain his life. I need him to stay alive so that I can drain him to death.
Oh.
I love Leech Seed.
I was gonna say, with the way that you're talking, I'm like, you're gonna end up with this poster having all the drain moves, ain't you? Because there's 3 other drain moves you could learn.
He's got Vine Whip.
No, I'm talking about the drain moves that just give you HP, like Mega Drain and Giga Drain.
Oh yeah. The reason I like Leech Seed is the fact that you can do other things. Like, you can actually use the other drain attacks while Leech Seed is going.
Yes. That just called you die. Because you use a Giga Drain, after you use Leech Seed the first turn. And you just go, what happened? Oh, here's a 2-turn kill. What? Yeah, 2-turn kill. I catch Leech Seed. Then the next turn I use Giga Drain. Giga Drain hits and absorbs. I just win, because then Leech Seed happens.
It's a Pikachu. Got 3 levels on him with my Rattata. I'm gonna try at least 1 round. Okay, we're good so far.
3 levels.
I'm just worried about that Thunder Shock. Thunder Shock is always a killer. I'm gonna switch back over to Grassy because that Thunder Shock just put Bubbles in yellow. Grassy can Vine Whip this mother. Finish this in like 1 hit.
Well, it's Grassy. Grassy at this point is like level 11.
No, he's 10. He's about to be level 11. He's almost level 11.
Obviously, we're using him enough. I'm just like, it's gonna be level 11.
Well, yeah, he's the one that he's the one that I always switch out to make sure that the other ones don't die.
Yeah, like I said, when douchebag shows up, he's gonna go, wait, why is your Bulbasaur swole with all those muscles?
Like, wait a minute. Why is your Bulbasaur an Ivysaur now?
That's when you know you've done too much. That's when you know the game just looks at you like, did you Ivysaur this Bulbasaur in the first 3 towns? That's when you sit there and go, oh, you power grinded. You power grinded for hours. Why?
We actually are getting close to that wrap-up point. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna finish this battle and go to the Pokemon Center and then save.
Fair.
Grassy is now level 11. Got into another fight before we left the forest.
Of course, it's Pokemon.
Got 3 levels on them, but I'm also about half health. I'm gonna do one round, see what happens. So that was 4 damage, which means crit might be able to kill him. So I'm gonna switch over to Grassy to be safe. Low level, I mean, just in general. Grassy's been paralyzed this entire time too, by the way. Granted, the paralyzing has been helping him because we've been fighting a lot of Weedles. And Weedle's move is Poison Sting.
I was saying paralyzed. Only thing it's done is literally make him immune to poison.
Like, it's made it to where he can't hit a couple of times, and that has been annoying. But for the most part, yeah, it was mainly just protecting him from poison.
And poison is the one thing that I was actually worried about. I was like, oh yeah, that forest.
Yeah, honestly,
as soon as those Weedles start hitting us.
Those Pikachus really helped us.
Yes.
You know?
I've also wrote those cheats. Have them color the Pikachu.
Just like, hey, there's a Pikachu. Hey, Grassy, why don't you go hug that Pikachu right quick?
Yeah, just hug it. Hug it. Pet it. Why? Because I want you to do this. As you just go back to Weedles and go, you're next. You're next as soon as he gets paralyzed.
Like, I almost want to try and go fight Gary before we stop, but at the same time, I'm like way too nervous. I really want everyone to be at level 10 before we try.
I'm gonna say we're gonna squash him with the one level 10 Bulbasaur.
Because he's gonna have like 2 level 5. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that he's. I really want to say that he's got like a level 10 on this one. I might be wrong, but I think he does. Anyways. Alright. I just saved. I'm gonna double check that I saved.
Alright.
Yeah, okay, so I just saved. You can follow me on social media, Star. I'll be honest, I have not done anything outside of Threads in like months. Like Threads is like, because I just don't like the vibe of X right now. I don't take enough pictures to post pictures all the time on Insta. I'm hoping that I can get myself to start doing some TikToks soon. But I haven't started doing those again yet. And I never managed to get myself back into a good habit of doing them ever since like 2 years ago. So, if you want to talk, if you want to get in touch with me, you can find me on Threads, man. That's pretty much it, you know? You can go to my website, SeriousStar.com. You can see a few things there. I've got some short stories. I think I have a couple of reviews on there for stuff. I know I have some book reviews on there. And then, most importantly, though, that's where I have links to my books. And I would love it if you would support me and go buy those books. Because if enough people buy those books, it'll make it to where I can full-time write and stream. And honestly, don't you want more amazing content like this? You know? Like, where we just run around the Viridian Forest grinding? Not to talk myself up.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, I would be able to do a lot more writing though, so I would appreciate you going and supporting me there. The first book is called Demonic Whispers. The second book is called Wolf Hunt. They're both part of the Immortality Sucks series that I'm working on. And I am working on getting the edits for the third book. I know I've been saying that for like 2 years, but I'm finally at a point where I feel a little more stable than I've been in the past 2 years. The past 3, 4, 5 years, honestly. Like, I've gotten into a much more stable area mentally and spiritually. I don't know. I'm not religious or anything, so I don't know what that means. So, but yeah, if you can go purchase those, I would appreciate it, because like I said, that's the best way to support me. And yeah, we play games every Monday from 7 to 9 in the evening. We've been playing Monster Rancher, but I decided to cancel my Tuesday streams because I realized that I needed more time to work on some other things. So I technically haven't done much work on Tuesdays ever since doing that, but I plan to at some point, you know. It's not that I'm procrastinating, it's just that I haven't done it yet.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, for real though, Tuesdays I started actually doing some editing and stuff on Tuesdays, since it's an easy day to let myself be a little more active with that. So but because I've canceled my Tuesday stream, I don't have a specific day where I'm playing City of Heroes anymore, so that's why it's gonna go into that's why this day is going to go into a little rotation lineup where we're gonna play Monster Rancher, we're gonna play Pokemon Nuzlocke, or some other game after we get done with Pokemon Nuzlocke. And we're gonna play City of Heroes, or Villains, or Going Rogue. Whichever one I feel like doing that particular day. But it'll be those 3 things where it just rotates those 3 things. And then there's always that possibility that I'll have impromptu streams pop up during the week with some other friends. Aside from that, the other scheduled days that I have are Saturday and Sunday, which I do streams from 7 to 10 in the morning. On Saturday, I'm currently playing Final Fantasy IX, and on Sunday, I'm currently playing Suikoden 3. Come join me for those. I do voices. Possibly badly, but I have fun doing them, and that's the important thing in my opinion. And since it's my stream, my opinion's the only one that matters. So.
There you go.
Anyways, I'm gonna stop being stupid, and that's not true. I'm gonna probably continue being stupid. I'm just not gonna do it on stream. So, have a good night, everyone. I hope everyone has a good week. Bye.